Welcome back, everyone. It is Sunday sit-down time. Joining me tonight, PowerMizzou's own Jarod Hamilton. Jarod, very busy weekend for Mizzou sports. We're going to skip over basketball for a little bit. Let's talk some football. That's the next thing coming up. What were your overall thoughts on Mizzou's spring game?
I mean, the defense looked great, as Drink said, as well, expected, bringing out all those starters, continuity on the with the defensive coaching staff. So they looked great. Offense, it was okay to start out maybe the first 20 to 25 minutes of real life time. I think the scrimmage was about an hour or so, but first 20, 25 minutes they looked good, but then the defense caught up to them, and that was it. That was it from there.
Do you think there's the makings of, obviously you saw a lot of improvement, marked improvement in the defense last year. Do you think there's the makings of having even more from the very little we did get to see yesterday, but do you think that could be coming?
There's only I would say yes, but there's a couple things that go into that, maybe like the defensive end spots. If they can find a way to plug those holes and get some, constant pass rush from those ends, then definitely. Because year two in the scheme, Blake Baker, he wants to scheme up some more different stuff, some, unique blitzes and all that other stuff. He kept saying how he kept it simple last year, because it was year one. But going into year two, they can do a lot of things. If they can figure out that edge spot, I think they'll be good to go.
Obviously, the big talk of the offseason, I felt like, is all these returners coming back. You have a lot of veterans. But I was impressed by one guy. We were talking about him before this, Tristan Newsom. How impressive did he look? Pick 6 yesterday. I mean, coming in and making a mark pretty early.
I mean, early on, he already looks like the best coverage linebacker possibly of the unit, and Tyron Hopper was pretty good last year. Chad Bailey was okay. He said that's something he wants to work on. But yeah, Tristan Newsom with the pick 6 early on Sam Horn jumping a route in. And Darius Robinson said he's seen him get 4 or 5 picks this year. So they said he's kind of like a ball hawk, so to say. So I mean, he looked good.
When you look at the opposite side of the ball, obviously Kirby Moore coming in, what was the biggest difference maybe you saw in what he's trying to do with this offense? I feel like we saw not so much of what they're trying to do there, but what do you think the goal is with this offense this year?
There was a lot of motion yesterday, a lot of motion pre-snap, and that's good. I mean, some of that was using the faster guys, Mookie Cooper, Luther Burden, all those, Dennis Jackson being in motion and stuff like that, and that's what they're going to have to do, get their playmakers in space real quick. Quick slants, plays to the flat, things of that nature, and incorporate that until they can kind of get the offensive line ready, until everybody knows the playbook so they can do those deep shots that they want to do later on.
Was there any one wide receiver-wise? Obviously, we didn't get to see Theo Weiss. We didn't really get to see Mekhi Miller out there. Anyone wide receiver-wise that kind of stood out to you yesterday, made some plays?
2 of them. One is going to be obvious. The second one is kind of a little bit of a surprise. So the first one, obviously, Luther Burden, being in the slot. You could just tell, being in the slot, it just opens him up so much more. There's so much more room to work in the middle of the field. He's got the short area, the speed and quickness, the elusiveness, and he has great route running. You see Sam Horn get him on that post route early on. And then the second person is Micah Manning, who had a couple, contested catches in traffic. So those were a couple guys that caught my eye personally yesterday.
Obviously the position, we're finally going to get to it, folks, the one everyone's talking about, the quarterback position. We saw 3 yesterday. Who stood out the most? Obviously, you see Sam Horn working with the first team. That's obviously a distinct advantage, but who stood out to you?
Honestly, Dylan Leibel. I mean, Drink.
I wasn't going to say it, but yes.
Hey, Drink has been saying it, this last couple of press conferences that he's been really impressed with Dylan Leibel. And, I mean, kid throws a nice spiral, and Drink said he's adjusted to the game well. The speed of the SEC, at least what they're doing right now in spring ball, doesn't seem to be too much for him. So he's got the scheme down. He's making the correct reads, and he was the first quarterback to lead a touchdown drive yesterday, albeit with the third team, but still he got him down there. He did what he needed to do. He looked pretty good yesterday.
When you look at one area that Eli Drinkwitz has said outwardly needs work is the offensive line. What did you see from an offensive line that does need a lot of work moving into the season?
I mean, the center spot. I mean, before, yesterday's game on Wednesday, he was saying, the center spot, they need to figure something out. I mean, to the point where he said they need to be open to seeing if they can move some guys in to snap the ball. I mean, it's just been a struggle there. There was a couple of snaps that weren't on target yesterday, and that kind of threw off the speed of the play and kind of threw some things off. So the offensive line has to, they've got to figure it out, especially that center spot.
reports out there that, there might be a change coming at offensive line, coaching wise. Marcus Johnson maybe getting some interest from Purdue. What does that look like? You have a new offensive coordinator come in. Now you might possibly need to find a new offensive line coach. What do you think that means for this group?
For Drink, I know it's like deja vu in reverse because the last 3 years he had a new defensive coordinator. It's always something on defense, and now bringing a new offensive coordinator, and then, day before spring ball, there's reports that he's going to Purdue. And now you're missing an O-line coach. I mean, maybe they move somebody in to do that, but that's big, especially for a group that's already struggling in the SEC, where we were talking about it before the show. That's where the work is, in the trenches. So it's going to be tough. We'll see what he does.
What do you think the expectation going into this season for Eli Drinkwitz? What do you think the expectation should be fan base wise? He gets that extension. Blake Baker gets that extension. What do you think the expectation should be for Eli?
Are we talking like maybe a win count or
win count, bowl game? What should it be?
7 has got to be the bottom. You just feel like 7 has got to be the bottom, and I don't know the schedule off the top of my head, but I feel like the first 4 games are pretty winnable games from what I can remember.
A lot of home games this year.
Yeah, I think the first 4 or 5 are home games.
Yes.
So you got to get off to a hot start, but I would say 7 is the minimum. And I know they won 6 last year, and they didn't finish how they wanted to in the bowl game, but I was telling you, they could have won 8 games.
Yes.
And there was a couple things that were out of, the offense's control, or at least the quarterback's control, because I know a lot of people point to that, kind of forced them to lose those games. So I would say 7, but 8 is really the goal in my mind.
Right.
You want to get to 8.
You got to get above that 500 mark, right?
You definitely got to get above that 500 mark. I mean, that's 3 seasons in a row, so they got to make something shake there.
This year, maybe it'll be the year.
You better hope it's the year. You better hope it's the year, especially with how well basketball is doing. I mean,
come on. We got to get all the sports on the up and up in campus.
Yeah, wrestling. I mean, they got
gymnastics. We've got every sport
baseball
here.
Just won today. I mean, they got it going. They got it going. So if football can do it, I mean, Mizzou Sports School got it going on. Not just the J school.
The sports school.
Yeah. They got everything.
Thank you for your time, Jarod. We're going to get a little break at least before the season starts, right?
Yeah, and then, I mean, when's the next time we're doing something? Or what, SEC
Fall
Media?
camp.
SEC Media Days.
Yeah, that's right.
We got
that. It's in Nashville this year.
Yeah, that's drivable. I wish it was a little bit further outside the cloud, but that's drivable. I'll be out there.
Well, we'll see you down at SEC Media Days.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for your time. For the rest of you guys, we'll be right back after the break.